4, 3, 2, 1. Fala, pessoal do Crash TV. Estamos aqui agora com o nosso grande Kee Marcello. Para quem não conhece, Kee Marcello foi nada mais nada menos do que um dos guitarristas do Europe. Na primeira saída de John Norum, nos anos 80, ele que inclusive lançou 2 grandes clássicos discos do Europe, um deles inclusive sendo Out of This World. Ele também que hoje tem carreira solo, ele que inclusive tem também uma banda nova chamada Out of This World, com Tommy Hart nos vocais e outros grandes músicos. Então é isso aí, galera. Estamos aqui, então, com o nosso grande Kee Marcello, diretamente da Suécia. Vamos chamá-lo aqui com uma grande salva de palmas. Hello, Kee, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing, man? Everything okay?
Yeah, everything okay. Pretty great. So, really nice to see you, bro. Thank you so much for this moment with Crash TV.
Thanks for having me, Guillermo. Great. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, that's really great, my friend. So, I think everyone here is really excited to see you. So
awesome.
That's really awesome. And all right, so let's begin with the first question to Kee Marcello. So my first question, it's about your time on Europe. So talking about the album Out of This World that you released with Europe. So what were your influences when you were composing the riffs and solo of this album?
Well, I mean, I started off playing the guitar by listening to Richard Blackmore, obviously, like a lot of people in the 70s. So that was always a major influence for me. But also guitar players, 70s guitar players like Alan Holdsworth and Ollie Halsall from the band Pato was really influential. And on top of that, I was also into fusion. So John McLaughlin and Al Di Meola were really great figures as well. So I was really into all of the techniques normally used in this kind of music. I already was familiar with, mostly through, I mean, the legato and the staccato techniques. I was really into already because of my fusion interest, so to speak. Yeah.
That's great, my friend. And how did the invitation to join Europe came to you?
Well, it came to me. I mean, I was in the band Easy Action, and I was producing a charity, a fundraiser thing for the starving people of Ethiopia called Swedish Metal Aid. So we had contact with Sir Bob Geldof, who helped us with the contacts. And all the hard rockers of Sweden in 1985 teamed up to do this. I was the producer and Joey Tempest wrote the song. We were not in the same band then, but I was in Easy Action, he was in Europe. But I think because of how well we worked together during this recording, that's one of the reasons I think, we continued to work after that. So I got an invitation in October 86 from their manager. And that's when I joined.
Wow, that's incredible. And how was the feeling when their manager came to you and said, do you want to play in Europe? How did you feel about this?
Well, actually, I was pissed off because I thought he was calling me to offer Easy Action a deal with Sony in America, because he just signed a pretty cool deal with Sony with Europe, So I thought he was calling me to ask me if I wanted to work with him, his management, but I was totally surprised when he asked me to join Europe, because like Easy Action in Europe were like competing bands, if you know what I mean. So it was like joining the competing football team or something. But so first I said no, but after thinking about it over the weekend, he was a smart guy. He told me, think about it over the weekend and come back to me. So the following Monday, I called him back and I joined the band.
Wow, that's incredible, dude. So I think it must be really great. And Let's see here. We have many people getting in. Fala aí, galera. Sejam todos bem-vindos aqui à nossa live com Kee Marcello. Então, gostaria de dar as boas-vindas ao Profusão Sonora, Henrique Takimoto, João Caetano, Profusão Sonora do Rio de Janeiro, Robert Coelho, da Panela do Rock, e minha grande amiga Aline Rabelo. I think, Aline, it's a friend in common of us, right?
Yeah. Hi, Aline. How are you?
She's right here. So
Thank
you so much, Aline, for coming here with us. And let's see who else got in. Esfolados Punk Rock. Welcome, my friends. So it's really nice to see you all up there here with Kee Marcello. So, and if you want to have some questions, so just type here on the chat and I'm gonna make to read. Quem quiser fazer em português pode fazer que eu traduzo aqui, viu, gente? Aí depois eu vou traduzir aqui tudo certinho para vocês. All right. So, about your time in Easy Action. So you recorded 2 albums with them, right?
Yeah. I formed the band. I was previous to this, I was in a Swedish band called Noise. And me and the bass player broke out of the band to form Easy Action. And the first album we did, we got a lot of attention as we were the first Swedish band to sign a deal with Warner Brothers, with a US major label. And that was the first album. And then we had a change of lead vocalist because Zini Zan left the band and he later joined Shotgun Messiah, if you heard about those guys.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you know the history, I'm sure. And then Tommy Nielsen joined the band. It was in the midst of the photo shoot for the cover of the second album that I got the call to join Europe, which was very confusing.
Wow, that's great. So here we have more people coming in. Clayton Viana, welcome. And we have Kanemi Channel. So hi, Kee Marcello from Japan, Kanemi.
Hi, Kanemi. Hi, how are you? Good, great. Have some friends here.
Yeah, we have people all from, and also it's, I love Kee Marcello, wow.
All right.
That we'll have people all around the world here. That's really great. And we have one question from the audience from our friend V from Oklahoma, United States. So
all right.
What music are you listening to right now? Love you all, B.
This is gonna sound a bit egotistical, but I'm so busy working, I'm mainly just listening to my own music. I know it's fucked up, but it's the truth. I work in the studio all the time, I don't have time to pick up all the new music. A friend of mine, he kind of drags me out of the studio once in a while to listen to some good new stuff and drink some beer so I can be a human being. But right now, the workload is up here. I only listen to my own recordings.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. So, let's see here. We have more questions here from Henrique Takimoto. It's one of our reporters. So, Kee, do you have any artist that you would like to play along with in the future that you always wanted, but you never had a chance?
That's a good question. Yeah. I don't know. In that case, it would be somebody very different. Maybe Tom Jones. He's 81. Maybe not. Or maybe Rod Stewart. I like the Rod Stewart work from the 70s. Hot Legs and that era, the 70s rock era he had was amazing. That would be cool. But he has to play the rockers.
Wow, interesting. Okay, so now talking about guitar solos. So, Kee, do you have a guitar solo that you consider the solo of your life? So that solo that you listen and say, oh my God, that's the best melody that I composed in my whole life.
Yeah, I mean, this is also a weird answer, but I pretty much feel that way about all my solos. The thing is, when you do a solo, you're in the midst of recording a song, and the song is the center of your attention span and your entire world. and you put everything down into making a solo that really works with the song. At least that's the way I work. But and I have a couple of favorites. You know, Princess in Paradise. I like the melodic parts of that because it's sort of like a song within the song. And obviously, Superstitious and Tyrus Calling is a different ballpark, but you know, I like that sort of fusiony feeling of Tyrus Calling. There's too many to mention.
But
I'm coming out like an asshole here.
What?
I'm coming out like an asshole right here.
But you don't have your favorite solo, right?
Not one, no, not one in particular.
Yeah, I can understand you. Actually, when we have many solos, and especially solos that we construct with so much, how can I say it, with so much carefully, so it's really hard to choose just one.
It is.
Of course. All right. So my next question is, so about your solo career, and of course, we have many, many great songs. And I would like to ask you, what inspired you to compose the lyrics of your song Fix Me?
Oh yeah, that's actually very much about me and my wife. I would guess. You know, I was uh, I was kind of down and out, but when we met up, you know, so she sort of fixed me. That's what she did actually. So it comes out of my own experience.
Wow, that's really incredible. And Pia, it's your wife, right?
Yeah, since the year 2000, 21 years this summer, July
Wow,
22nd. Yeah.
that's really incredible. So Pia, cheers from Brazil. Thank you so much for intermediating the talk between me and Key. You're awesome, my friend. So I wish all the best for you both.
Thank you.
Great. So now about your project called Key of Hearts, and of course it's an incredible project. And I admit I love it. And there's a curious thing about this because I met you because a friend of mine called Gus Monsanto. I don't know if you know him. He's the vocalist from Human Fortress, and he also played on Revolution Renaissance with Timo Tolkki and many other musicians. That was him that they introduced me to you, to your work.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
And
Yeah, I don't know him personally, but yeah.
great. Então, Gus Monsanto, um grande abraço para você, queridão. Tamo junto. All right. So about your project, Key of Hearts, have you done a tour after the release of the self-titled album?
No. And what happened was we did one gig. It was in Ludwigsburg. It's called the Heat Festival. And that was actually the only gig we did with Key of Hearts. And when we did the gig, we already decided that we're going to change the name and do a different thing. So, but that concert is recorded and it's it's going to be released as a solo, a live album under the name of Out of This World, because that's the first time we're using this lineup with Darby Todd on drums and Ken Sander on bass, me and Tommy. So that's the only gig we had the time to do with Key of Hearts, and then we turned into actually during the rehearsals for the Heat Festival the day before. We rehearsed in Gothenburg in Sweden, and the festival is in Ludwigsburg in Germany. The night before, we recorded the first three tracks for the Out of This World album, which was Twilight, in a Million Years, and Lighting Up My Dark. So those three songs were the first ones that came about.
Wow, interesting. So let's see here who else got in. Wow, we have people from France. So Chachi Natalie, awesome, fantastic. Thank you so much, Key. You are the best. Kisses from
Thank you.
France.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but that's great. Thanks.
So yeah, I don't know either how to pronounce it. Buchachi Nathalie. So Buchachi, thank you so much for coming here with us.
That's awesome, but I seriously doubt that it's pronounced Buchachi. It doesn't sound French at all.
Yeah, of course. Actually, I don't know how to speak in French, but I hope it's we can understand. All right, so let's see here more comments. So Kanemi, so it's saying, I listened to the Out of This World CD. I was very impressed. The Kee guitar plays great.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And of course, I have a question about this new release, but before, Aline, our friend Aline, is saying, Twilight's an amazing song. I love it.
Thank you.
Great. Maria Clara Rena, fala Maria, tamo junto. My students here.
All right, okay.
My student that I presented you some minutes ago.
Yeah, good work, good work. Have a look at this one.
Wow, what a beautiful guitar.
This is the yellow larvae that I used when I recorded the Europe album Out of This World in 1988. The thing is, it was disappeared for 25 years. I thought it was stolen, but it was actually in one of my warehouses in a guitar case. So I lost it for a quarter of a century, 25 years. And I found it when we did a streaming concert with this action last year. And an engineer came with this, and I had it remade, fixed up. But I still kept some of the stuff, like you can see here.
Yeah.
I hit the top off, I collided with a speaker. I just glued it on again. So, but this is the original.
Oh, great. So you recorded Out of This World with this guitar, right?
Yeah.
Can I translate this to Portuguese? Because this, I think people would gotta know. Então, pessoal, essa guitarra amarela que o Kee Marcello acabou de mostrar pra gente foi uma guitarra que ele gravou com o próprio Europe. Inclusive, aquele disco Out of This World, ele usou essa guitarra aí. Can you show it again?
I am showing it.
It's because it just shows you here on YouTube when you speak.
Ah, okay, this.
Yeah, that's it. Essa é a guitarra, galera. Então, essa, inclusive, ele até contou que essa guitarra ficou sumida durante 25 anos e depois ele só encontrou, ele achou que tinham roubado a guitarra, só que, na verdade, a guitarra estava na casa dele, cara. Olha que loucura. Muito louco isso, né? E aí tá essa guitarra aí bem conservada, olha só. Né? Não, gente, é isso aí. All right, so that's a quite beautiful guitar, dude. Oh my God.
Sorry.
Oh my God. No, that's fine.
It is pretty cool.
Great. So, all right, my next question. So it's about, so do you also teach guitar?
No, I don't really have time to do that. I mean, I've done a shitload of clinics during my career, so I'm kind of tired of that. I'm probably going to do a couple of clinics. I got some requests from guitar universities to come and do something, but I've done so many clinics, I'm actually kind of tired of doing that. And when it comes to lessons, as per se, I don't really have the time. I'm working all the time in the studio. So when I'm not doing songs for Out of This World, I'm writing songs in general for other projects. So, and doing recordings. So I spend pretty much my waking hours in the studio.
Wow, interesting. And we have a question here from João Caetano. So the question is, Kee, I want to see you playing the Superstitious guitar solo live. Do you have plans to come to play in Brazil?
Yeah, I mean, we really want to come to play in Brazil and all over South America, obviously, as soon as this pandemic is gone. So we're basically just waiting for this to disappear so we can start doing plans for tours. And I promise to play I promise we will play Superstitious when we come to Brazil.
Wow, very cool. So I would like to see you with Out of This World, of course, and with your solo career. So please come to Brazil, man.
Thank you.
Great. So now about the Out of This World project. So
Yeah.
now you have the new band called Out of This World with Tommy Hart and many other great musicians. So how was the idea to create this new project?
Well, first of all, me and Tommy met when we did Key of Hearts, and we really found each other. You know, we're like brothers, long lost brothers that reunited, and so we knew we were going to work together. And I had been getting the advice to call a band something with recognition in it. And somebody suggested that I would call it Kee Marcello's Europe. But I thought that was a horrible idea because I'm not Europe and neither do I strive to be. I'm Key. That's who I am. But so then a Japanese friend of Tommy Hart's came up with the idea of calling it Out of This World. And I thought that was a pretty good idea because he explained why. For instance, when Ronnie James Dio would be singing in Black Sabbath, they couldn't call the band Black Sabbath because of obvious copyright reasons. So they chose to call it Heaven and Hell, like the album he's in the band on. So that was a pretty smart comparison to this project, you know, to get the recognition for the project. So we decided to call it Out of This World, which is great also because the musicians are just phenomenal together. I mean, Darby Todd, the drummer, who has played with pretty much everyone, you know, Gary Moore, The Darkness, Robert Plant, everybody, and Ken Sandin, who I've been playing with since 2003, I guess, since the K2 album. So it's a really tight rhythm section, and my favorite rhythm section. And me and Tommy on top of that, and it's really out of this world, actually.
Wow, really interesting. And still about Out of This World. So are you gonna play songs from Europe and Key of Hearts and your songs of your solo career into the Out of This World band?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna play bits and pieces from our careers. I mean, we're on the live album, which you could buy. I mean, the Japanese edition of the album actually it's a double release. It's one studio album and one live album. And on the album, we play Superstitious from Europe. We play Burning Heart from Fair Warning, and you know, so we're gonna play a bit of the back catalog. But next time we come, that's just going to be extra songs because we want to concentrate on the main thing.
Wow, nice. And we have a question here from Robert Coelho. So, Key, have you thought about doing partnership with Brazilian musicians? And he has also made a joke here. Have you thought about to record with Profusão Sonora? It's a band from Rio de Janeiro.
No, I haven't really. Not yet. It's never too late.
Great. So can I translate because it was in Portuguese, this one?
Sure.
Então, o Robert perguntou aí, né, se ele já pensou em fazer parcerias com músicos brasileiros, já pensou em gravar com o Profusão Sonora. Então, o que Marcelo disse, bom, ainda não, mas né, nunca é tarde demais, né? Então, ó, Profusão Sonora, abre o olho de vocês aí, ó. Então, nunca é tarde demais. Então, se eu fosse vocês, ó, já ficava ligado. All right, let's see here. We have more comments here. Oh my God. Let's read one by one. So, Aline, about your guitar, she said, I remember when he found the guitar, it was in the last year after Easy Action live concert.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Good
it.
memory. Yeah, it was actually a streaming only concert. It was in the midst of the Corona thing. So we were in Stockholm doing a streaming concert.
Right, great. So let's see how see Kanami said, the Key is my legend forever. Wow, you have fans all around the world. That's really awesome
That's
too.
awesome. I'm
Oh
very happy
yeah,
about that. That's awesome.
really great. So let's see who else made some questions here. Oh yeah, Dimi Rhodes. So he asked something. So ask him. Pergunta ele a respeito das novas bandas de rock no qual ele escuta. All right, okay. So Jimmy, it's asking about the new bands, the new rock bands that you listen to. So can you name some of them?
Like I said before, I don't really have any new favorites. I mean, I'm only into my own music. You know,
Okay.
it's a very boring answer, but that's the only thing I have time for.
No, okay, I got it. Let me translate because it was in Portuguese.
Sure.
Então, Jimmy Rhodes perguntou, né, a respeito das novas bandas de rock qual ele escuta. Então, na verdade, ele até ficou meio sem graça de responder, mas ele não tem escutado bandas novas, no entanto, porque ele não tem muito tempo e tal. Então, ele está sempre escutando os próprios trabalhos, né? Acredito que seja até para tirar mais novas inspirações para os próximos trabalhos, né? Então, não tem bandas novas. Ele até disse que não tem as favoritas mais novas de agora, né? Então, realmente, não teve como. All right, so okay, let's have here more questions. Okay, now it's time for the block if you. So the block if you, I'm gonna ask you some questions, but of course we have some options. I have 9 questions here, and you're gonna choose for me 4 numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. And let's suppose you chose the question 2. So I'm gonna ask the question 2, and all of the questions, it's about some situations. We're gonna imagine situations, and what would you gonna do if you're inside of the situations? So are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so choose a number for me.
Okay, number 11. Just kidding. Okay. I'm gonna do it with.
It's your revenge about some minutes ago, right?
7.
All right, so question number 7. If you had the opportunity to choose a movie or series to put one of your songs in the soundtrack, which movie or series would you choose, and which song would you put?
That's an existing TV series or film, I take it. Or
yeah, you could see a film, a movie, a series, a TV series, a cartoon.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool to be on the soundtrack of one of the Terminator movies.
Wow, do you have the first, the second, the third one?
Well, not, one that hasn't been done yet. It has to be, you know.
Oh yeah.
Unless we have a time machine.
Oh yeah, and which song would you put?
I guess Raptor from Melon Demon Divine would work there.
Wow. Great, that's really awesome. So if they release another movie, so let's give this idea to the soundtrack guy.
All right.
Okay, so one more. One more.
Okay, number 3.
3, okay. All right, question number 3. If you could choose a band or solo artist to go on a tour with you, which one would you pick?
You mean like a sport act?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of bands out there that I would have to. It would be fun to bring Mr. Big, because I know the guys. I know Paul Gilbert and Eric and all them. Billy, that would have been fun. That would have been a fun tour package.
Oh my God! Can you imagine Out of This World and Mr. Big winner together in a tour? Oh my God!
Japan, here we come.
Oh my God, please don't forget about Brazil.
Right, yeah, yeah.
We would love to see you both here in Brazil, dude.
Yeah, that would actually be a good match. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, Brazil, I think it's really exciting to see out of this world, and of course, Mr. Big as well. And okay, one more number,
All right, 5.
five. Okay. If you could call one musician to play on a jam with you, which one would you choose?
Okay, that's a tough one. I have no idea. Alan Holdsworth, but he passed away. That would have been perfect. I love this guitar player, Alan Holdsworth. I would have to say John McLaughlin. To jam with John McLaughlin would be fucking awesome.
Wow, maybe I think this can happen.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it would be cool.
Well, I really hope, and when you do it, please tell someone to film it because it will be
Yeah,
really awesome.
for sure.
Okay, now the last number.
See, how about 8?
8. Okay, so let's see number 8. All right. If you had a guitar student and he or she asks you to teach him or her one of your songs, which song would you teach?
Okay, well, one solo which would be really good to teach for a student would probably be More Than Meets the Eye, because it has a lot of different techniques in it and a lot of approaches. You know, it has string skipping tapping, it has legato runs, it has alternate picking runs, and a lot of melodic and bluesy playing in one solo. So that would have been a good solo for a student to practice. More Than Meets the Eye.
Great. I think this is a good answer. I think it will be really great to translate it to Portuguese. Can I?
Sure.
Ok, então, pessoal, na última pergunta do bloco, eu fiz uma pergunta que se ele tivesse um estudante de guitarra, né, um aluno de guitarra, e ele pedisse para que ele ensinasse uma de suas músicas, que música ele ensinaria? Então, ele recomendou uma música legal para se aprender, More Than Meets the Eye, do Europe. Inclusive, está no disco Out of This World. E o motivo, ele disse também, porque tem várias técnicas diferentes de guitarra para serem aprendidas, como técnica de legato, né, que é o famoso ligado, hammer-on e pull-off. Tem também os tappings, né, os two-hand tappings também, que tem bastante. Tem também, por exemplo, scala blues também, muitas coisas legais. Então, aos guitarristas de plantão aí, então, recomendação do Kee Marcello para se estudar um solo. Peguem More Than Meets the Eye, do Europe. Okay? That's it. I think many people are going to listen to this song right now and try to play the solo.
Yeah. And if you wanna raise the bar after you know how to play that solo, then try to play Soldier Down from Scaling Up 2016. That's a very challenging solo as well.
What's the name again? Say it again.
The name of the song is Soldier Down from the Scaling Up album, my solo album from 2016. It has a lot of techniques as well. And it has a very tricky and fast string skipping, alternate picking part, and a tapping part, which is also string skipping. So that's the next step.
Wow, that's incredible. And also, still talking about More Than Meets the Eye. So Aline is saying here, I'm trying to learning More Than Meets the Eye guitar solo these weeks.
All right.
Oh my God. So, okay, so that was the If You block. So that was incredible. You survived. All right. So, okay, we have one more question here. So, Dimiro, this is asking, so Kee, in your opinion, some band have a chance, a new band from 2010 forward, so to have a great success as Europe and Led Zeppelin or The Who?
Okay, the level of success, is that the question?
Yes, the question is because the question was in Portuguese. I'm trying to translate here, but
Yeah.
uh, and he's saying that in your opinion, if some band from this time and until now, so let's suppose a band that was born in 2012, so it still has a chance to have much success as Europe and Led Zeppelin and The Who?
It's, it's very different eras, because back in the days of Europe and I mean the Who and Led Zeppelin, the music business was completely different. And it was different dynamics that ruled the record industry. So, but I don't see why not. I mean, if you get if you get a really big fan base, if you get a lot of streams, and if you write some really kick-ass songs, I don't see why not.
Okay, now I need to translate because the question was in Portuguese. Então, o Jimmy Rhodes perguntou se existe alguma chance de alguma banda nova de 2010 para frente ter um baita sucesso como Europe, Led Zeppelin ou então o The Who. E a resposta do Kee Marcello foi a seguinte: é claro que nessa época do Europe, Led Zeppelin, anos 80, anos 70, então a indústria musical era bem diferente de hoje em dia. Mas ele disse o seguinte: por que não? Se você tiver uma fanbase muito boa, né, uma base de fãs muito boa, um bom número de streamings aí nas plataformas digitais, e ele até disse, né, kick-ass songs, né, músicas boas de verdade, então por que não? Há uma chance sim. Okay, that's it. All right, so now I have more questions here. So question, have you ever played in Brazil?
No, I have not. So that's still on my bucket list. I have to come to Brazil and play, definitely.
Wow, shame on you, bro.
I know. That's a blind spot on the map.
Yeah, of course.
Let's make that a promise that Out of This World will come to Brazil as soon as the pandemic is over.
Oh yeah, really great. So let's see more comments here from the audience. So Kanemi Channel said, thank you for answering the question. Big love from Japan.
Awesome.
And oh my God, I think we have some, Robert Coelho, he has a radio here in Belo Horizonte, and he said, I'm gonna play this song on Panela do Rock. Panela do Rock is the program. So he said, I'm gonna play this song here Sunday. So
oh, great.
now you have one of your songs here in the radio. That's really great.
Awesome.
Oh wow, we have a really tough question here. Wow, so Leon Lee, oh my God, Leon Lee, it's my bandmate. How you doing, Leon? And he's asking, how did you come up with the idea for the Prisoners in Paradise solo? It's one of my favorite solos of all time.
Oh yeah, that's actually easy because I had a song idea. Well, first of all, thank you very much. What's his name, your friend?
Leon Lee.
Leon Lee, all right. So Leon, yeah, I had a song, a different song. It was called the Eye of the Storm. And the thing is, we needed something epic for the solo part of Prisoners in Paradise. So I just took the melody and the chords from that song and put it into the song, and it actually fit it perfectly. So it's if you hear the chorus of Prisoners in Paradise, and then it turns into a different song over the solo, which I think is really cool, that you change and then you go back to the original song. That's how it came up.
Wow, that's really incredible. And we have another question here. I think this one is good. So let's see. Henrique Takimoto, so he asked, have you ever tried to play any of your solos in the opposite? So the last note is the first and the first is the last. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I don't know. I will probably need magic mushrooms to accomplish that. But first of all, I would like to ask him why. Why would I do that?
Tá aqui,
It's a
ele
great
perguntou.
question.
Tá aqui, ele perguntou por que eu faria isso. Well, acho que eu também gostaria de saber, cara. I think I would really love to know about this.
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
but maybe it's a really challenging thing to do, right?
It is, because I mean, think about it, just even the most simple pattern for alternate picking, if you play it backwards, it's a different story altogether. It's like learning a new lick, you know, so it's really hard to play stuff backwards.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. And of course, he answered here, man, it will be an awesome exercise. Oh yeah, it will. Of course it would.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, great. So great. Now, about the time on Europe. So you also have, I think it's an instructional video, and it was in VHS that you recorded in the time that you recorded all out of this world,
Oh,
right?
yeah. No, it was after, it was right after Prisons in Paradise. I did it in LA with the company REH. They did a lot of videos. It was two companies mainly. There were more companies, but mainly two companies, REH and Hotlicks. So yeah, I did. It was a lot of fun, actually. The thing is, the guy who recorded that video, he did videos for Yngwie Malmsteen, John Petrucci, and Alan Holdsworth, and a lot of other guitar players. But he completely disappeared from the face of the earth. He was Canadian. I don't know. So he never paid me any royalties. So Roger Hutchinson, if you hear this, get your ass over here. I want my royalty.
Oh my God. Well, but I'm still asking myself, why did he disappear like this?
I don't know. And he was kind of mysterious. He never showed up for recordings in LA because he lived in Vancouver, I believe it was, in Canada anyway. And he was afraid of flying, so he didn't show up, you know. So, but it was still a fun thing to do. I like that video, and it sold really well, actually. I think obviously because of the magnitude of the band. I mean, we were really big all over the place, so it sold really well in all the countries.
Oh my God, dude. Pretty funny stories, right? Now we have another question here. Let me just say hello to the band. Espinhos e Rosa. Fala aí, pessoal do Espinhos e Rosa. Tamo junto. All right. So we have another question here from B from Oklahoma. I have a collab coming up with the Brazilian musician. Wow. Any advice for him? It's the host.
Sorry, I didn't really understand the question. Can you repeat it?
Okay. So she's asking, I have a collab coming up with the Brazilian musician. So any advice for him? It's the host. He's the host.
If I have any advice, I don't really know. And maybe I'm not getting the question right, but I don't understand.
Oh, no, actually, actually, I think she's asking for the people in the chat. Oh my, okay. Actually, I am the guy who's going to do a collab with her. And she's saying, it's the host, it's me.
Oh, thank God.
Oh my God, I thought that the question was for you. Oh
That explains it. That explains it.
All right. Oh my God. So, okay. So still talking about the instructional video. So it makes me remember some of the videos that many guitarists were playing the time. For example, the Star Licks. You know Star Licks, right?
Yeah. Star Lakes and Hot Lakes those were the ones, yeah.
Yeah, and oh my God, it's really awesome. I remember the Brian May sessions and Tony Iommi and Steve Lukather. So, oh my God, do you still, if someone nowadays called you to record the video for example, to record the videos from the solos of Out of This World, would you do it?
Yeah, why not? Well, the only difference now is that I can produce it myself. I don't really need a company for that. But that's not a bad idea. It might be a good thing to do.
Yeah, you have many fans here in Brazil, and I think if you let's suppose you have some videos teaching some of the solos, I think people here are really gonna love it.
Oh, great! I just gotta find the time in my calendar.
Wow, great. So, another question here from our friend Alina Rabello. So,
all right.
She's saying, now I have a question. Kee, when you were learning to play the guitar, what was the song that you had the most difficulty of playing as a beginner?
That's a good question. Well, I guess it was difficult to figure out the blues scales. Like it's a Deep Purple song called "Strange Kind of Woman," and it's a really cool lick by Richard Blackmore that opens the entire song. And that was really hard to wrap my head around what he was doing, because when you're bending and doing different stuff within the blues lick like that and pretty fast, it's hard to know what people are doing. So it starts off like a qualified guess. And back then there were no instructional videos, so you just had to sit with a gramophone, like a vinyl, and put it on and try to listen and play, and then go back, which gave the result that all the albums I had, you would hear the song play, and then the guitar solo came. It sounded like, and then normal, because I've been listening to the guitar solos over and over and over again. So it destroyed the vinyl, But
oh, yeah.
I guess some of the Richie Blackmore stuff was really hard to get back.
Yeah, Rich Blackmore, and of course, all the time I play some Rich Blackmore solos like a Highway Star, and of course not just Smoke and Water and Made by Maleo. I really love that solo as well. And you said about Strange Kind of Woman. Oh my God, I miss Deep Purple's concert.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't see Rich Blackmore. I've seen, of course, it is a great guitar player as well, Steve Morse.
Yeah.
But oh my God, I want to see Rich Blackmore someday. All right, so we have another question here from João Caetano, and he's asking, so Kee, Prisoners in Paradise is, of course, a hard rock album, but some guitar lines are very bluesy. Was that intentional or just something that came up?
No, I think that was intentional. I mean, the story behind Prisoners in Paradise is kind of long, but we started off with a lot of more riff-based songs, and the record company turned them down. Actually, they refuted some of the rocker stuff, because in record companies they love stats, and the statistics for the band said that we had the most success in America with ballads, since Carrie was a big hit. So they wanted more ballads. So after recording for months, the album, we had to go on hiatus over Christmas, and then write with some outside writers. So I mean, the first base of Prisoners in Paradise was much bluesier, but I suppose he's thinking about Mine in the Gutter, which I wrote. Got Your Mind Together, and that's really a proper blues song. Actually, the only blues song we recorded with Europe.
Wow, that's really great. And we have one more good question here. I think this one I want to know. I want to know as well. So Raíssa Azevedo, it's a keyboardist here from my town, Belo Horizonte, and my good friend. So welcome, Raíssa Azevedo, my good, really good friend. So, so in your opinion, Key, how how many times so it's you counsel to study the instrument day by day? So let's suppose, do you recommend to study 8 hours a day or 7 hours a day? What's your recommendation about this?
Yeah, 8 hours a day is ridiculous. You're gonna suffer injuries if you do that. And I don't think it gets any better. But let's say you can do a couple of hours a day. That's a good thing. You know, a good friend of mine, Johan Norberg, he's a Swedish guitar player. He actually destroyed his fingers by practicing too much, and he can almost not play today. He struggles to play today, and he was one of the best jazz guitar players in the world for a while. But he overdid it. He played too much, and as he got older, in his 30s actually, his fingers started to give up, and the joints fucked up. He did 3 surgeries, but it's not getting any better. So don't practice too much. It's just silly, you know. And warm up before you practice. It's a good advice.
All right. So that question was in Portuguese. So, and of course, I think it would be really great if people can listen to this to Portuguese because it's a really good
Sure.
advice. Então, pessoal, a Raíssa Azevedo fez uma pergunta aqui, né? Na opinião dele, quanto tempo é aconselhável estudar o instrumento por dia? Então, ele disse o seguinte: não pratiquem durante muito tempo, porque senão você pode machucar as suas mãos. Inclusive, ele deu um exemplo aqui de um amigo dele lá da Suécia, que, inclusive, na opinião dele, um dos melhores guitarristas de jazz do mundo. E aos 30 anos ali, mais ou menos, ele começou a ter problemas, né? Deu problema nas juntas, inclusive nem com cirurgia isso melhorou. Então, ele até deu um exemplo assim, tipo, sei lá, 8, 7 horas, você acha que eu recomendava? Ele falou, cara, 8 horas é ridículo, não faça isso. Então, gente, cuidado, ó, guitarristas, vai praticar? Pratiquem, mas não coloca muito tempo nessa prática aí, hein, gente? Então, cuidado, porque ó, a gente também conhece muito bem uma grande inimiga dos músicos, que é a tendinite, né? Tendinite aqui, ó, é bem tenso. Então, cuidado, pessoal. Pratiquem, mas não tanto assim. Não exagerem. Esse é o recado do Kee Marcello. Falou, pessoal? All right. So, all right, my good friends. So, unfortunately, we're almost in the end of our live.
All right.
We have many advices from you, so I would like to thank you really much about this advice. Of course, I'm not gonna practice so many times a day, I promise. Thank you so much for this advice, because it helps me a lot, because sometimes when I hear in front of my computer, I start to see some videos and I start to play and to play and to play, and I don't see the time passing out, and I say, oh my God, 2 hours and I'm still playing, oh my God.
I think it's very personal though, because the guitar player I was telling you about who got the problem with his fingers, I was practicing just as much as him, but my fingers are fine. It's just a matter of how your genes, I suppose. But the thing is, you never know until it's too late. So it's better to keep it moderate. If it hurts, take a break, and you can rehearse later.
Oh my God. Yeah. Actually, we have many cases about this, of course, but I think it's better not to hear. I don't know how to say it, but it's better for us for not taking the risk.
Exactly.
Okay. So, Kee, I would like to thank you really much about this moment. It was really wonderful. I think we have lots of your friends here on the chat. So everyone here who's got Crash TV, thank you so much. People from France, from Japan, and from Brazil, thank you so much. So don't forget to follow Crash TV on Instagram. Don't forget to follow Kee Marcello on Instagram. And don't forget also to listen to the trailer of Out of This World on YouTube. That's it, right?
Yeah, it's soon to be released in the rest of the world. Did I tell you it's actually #1 in Japan right now? It's #1 on the sales charts.
Oh, great. So we're really excited to listen to the whole album, bro. So please release this album really quickly because I'm really curious to see it.
It's coming
Okay.
soon.
All right.
Thank you very
So,
much. And thank you for all your guests for popping in and asking and commenting. You know, keep up the good work.
great. Thank you so much, Kee. Now let me say the thank you words em português. Então, pessoal, muitíssimo obrigado a todos que estiveram aqui no Crash TV, acompanhando, fazendo as perguntas para o Kee, compartilhando também. Muitíssimo obrigado a todos. Quem, inclusive, quiser assistir a live depois, ela vai continuar salva aqui, ok? So, who wants to see the live after this one? So, I'm gonna save the live here on our YouTube channel. So, if you want to see it again, so it's gonna be here. So, go and see, watch it many times you want. So don't forget to share to your friends and to your whole country. And thank you so much once again. Kee, you're the best. Thank you so much. And don't forget to come to Brazil.
We will. All right, Mike. Take care now.
That's it. It's so. Thank you, all my friends. Thank you all over the world. So, Kee Marcello fans, thank you so much. Muitíssimo obrigado a todos os pessoal aqui do Brasil que estavam aqui conosco. Valeu, gente. Vocês são foda. Até a próxima. Não se esqueçam que quinta-feira agora nós teremos 2 entrevistas no Rock Wave, lá no Crash TV do Instagram, que vai ser com as bandas Suck This Punch e Worshipper. Então, não percam essas entrevistas com 2 grandes bandas brasileiras. Estaremos lá. Então, não percam. Tamo junto. Kee Marcello, thank you so much. Thank you all. Goodbye, my friends.
Goodbye.